Hi, I'm Brian. I'm sous chef from Omaha, Nebraska, Biaggi's, and I'm going to show you how to prepare shrimp and salmon Milanese from start to finish. Okay, what we got our salmon fillet. This is a fillet knife that we use to skin salmon with and other fish. You can see that the skin is still on, and so what we're going to do is take the skin off. For me, I try to angle this a little bit just because of the way I like to do it, backwards for me. What we're going to do is you're going to put your hand on top of the salmon fillet, probably at a 30, maybe 15 degree angle. You're just going to make a slit right on the flesh of the fish, going all the way down to the skin. Now with my left hand, I'm going to pull on this and push my knife under. And as I move the knife back and forth, I'm pulling back on the fish fillet like this. You can see that. So I'm just going to keep working my hand back and forth, basically letting the knife do all the work. And I'm going to guide this all the way through and just push all the way to the end. So then what it should look like on the back side, that for maximum efficiency, you want to make sure that there is no salmon left on here because that'll hurt our yields and all that. So I did pretty well, not too bad. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of clean it off and get off all the scales or anything off like that. It's a little light. We're looking between 4.5 and 5 ounces worth of salmon.
Go.
Alright, now we're going to make the salmon. We got our salmon that we cut. We're going to heavy coat this with a peppercorn and fennel seasoning, and we just grinded it really fine so it's almost a powder. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. A little bit of oil just so it doesn't stick. Now we're going to put it on the flat top. We only use this for fish. It's really key that this thing is hot because if we want to attain a nice sear on there. Next we're gonna put oil on our shrimp and throw this down on our grill so we can start grilling it. And remember always to season everything, a little salt and pepper. The ingredients that we use, we're using saffron risotto. Here's saffron. It's one of the most expensive herbs there is. It's made from it's pulled from a stamen of a flower, and it probably it's around $65 to $80 an ounce. So it's one of the most expensive herbs out there to have. Basically, this is for aroma and smell and look. As you can see, this is the risotto. After we get ready to cook it, the saffron turns it yellow. So now we're going to put this inside of our risotto pot. The risotto, asparagus, a little bit of chicken stock. Risotto is a technique of cooking that it's not necessarily, it's a style of cooking, it's not a dish basically. So you could risotto style or risotto cook regular rice too if you wanted to. The process of risotto is you put your risotto rice in there, which we use our barrio rice. It's very traditional Italian, and you'll just put it in a pan, get it hot, add chicken stock, reduce it down, and you just keep cooking it. And then you add, once all the liquid's gone, you add more, and then you just keep going back and back. So to make risotto from start to finish from scratch, you're looking about for one person, you're looking at probably about 30 to 40 minutes worth of cooking time. We have pre-blanched this to make it a little bit quicker on the line for us. So we're just going to cook this until all the liquid is gone and turn the flame off. and add some of our risotto compound, which is butter, Parmesan, a little bit of lemon juice, salt and pepper. And that'll help thicken it up and cream it up also. Okay, we're going to go back over here and flip the salmon. At the restaurant, the best way to eat salmon is medium temperature, which is a nice pink all the way through. We're going to flip these over, the shrimp. You can tell when shrimp is done. If you can look, you can start seeing that it's turning white. When shrimp is uncooked, it's a clear or translucent color. Once it gets all the way cooked or fully cooked, it's an opaque or white color. Sometimes pink, depending on the type of shrimp you have. Here's our barrio rice we use. You can look at that. It does come, we get it from Italy. It's a very nice rice. It's a little bit of a thicker grain of rice. It really holds up well to cooking risotto style. Okay, we're almost about ready to add the risotto compounds. Basically what we're looking for is almost kind of like a oatmeal texture, I guess, maybe a little bit thicker than that. We don't want it to be mushy and run out of the plate. We want it to have a little bit of body to it, but we don't want it so stiff that you can't eat it. It's like a big lump. It should be nice and creamy and real easy to come apart and eat. It shouldn't be hard or clumpy or anything like that. Alright, we're going to turn the flame off. This is the risotto compound. We're just going to add this in. And we're going to mix this together. Now, as you can see, it's going to turn and get a little bit fluffier because we're adding butter and Parmesan to it. It's going to get a little bit thicker. And we want to make sure that's all evenly distributed. Okay, let's take a look at our shrimp. You can see it's starting to go all the way cooked. And when telling when salmon and fish is done, a good technique is just to push on it. If you have any experience grilling at all, you can kind of tell when the meat, what temperature it is. A nice rule of thumb that we go by sometimes is the touch on your hand method. You just hold your hand out and you touch the palm of your hand right here. This would be considered rare. And then if you take and lightly push your first finger to your thumb, this would be mid-rare, and then medium, medium well, and well done. So this is kind of a cheat that you can do at home to kind of gauge meats, all types of meats, even if you're cooking hamburger or chicken or fish, just by feeling it. You can tell that what temperature it is. If you just kind of push on your hand, lightly touch there, it'll give you somewhat of a sense of where the temperature is at of the fish. Because obviously as things cook longer, they'll get firmer and all that. So now we're going to get ready to plate. Drop the risotto in first, right in the middle. We use a spatula, that way we can make sure that we get everything out and get it all nice and set up the way we like. This is our lemon basil butter sauce, and that's just going to go on the outside of it. Now we're going to put our shrimp around the outside. And finally, the salmon on top. Also, another thing I didn't mention is when you're cooking salmon or fish or any type of fish, there's a skin side, and then so you always want to cook the side you're presenting down first, and then skin side on them. You'll cook that last. That way, when you have it, you can see the difference in texture and color. That it looks nice and then it's a little bit more appealing. So we always cook the flesh side down first and the skin side up first.
2, 1.
Okay, this is the finished product. Now we're going to garnish it. It gets a lemon and a little bit of chopped parsley, and this is how you will see it at the table. As you can see, it looks very nice. It's very good. The smokiness from the grill for the shrimp is going to be very wonderful, along with the lemon basil butter sauce and then the medium cooked salmon.